Hey everybody, welcome back to What's It Costin' with Heather Austin. Today we're going to talk about death. You're going to die. I'm going to die. My family's going to die. My friends are going to die. We all know that we're going to die. But most of us don't take care of our expenses when we die. So if you don't have life insurance, or you know someone who does not have life insurance, you really need to watch this video. I want to talk about first the ones who depend upon your money. So if you are married and you are the breadwinner and you don't have life insurance, I just want you to think about this for a minute. Your wife and you go to sleep every night in the same bed, and every day she wakes up and you're there. If she wakes up in the middle of the night scared, you're there to protect her. So one day she wakes up and you're not there anymore. You're gone. Her whole world is turned upside down. All the things that you took care of at the house, you're no longer there to do. You're not there for the children. You're not there to help her get them ready for school. You're not there in the bed to protect her at night. You're not there when she rolls over to hug you. And she's going to roll over to hug you when you're gone. And she's going to realize you're not there and that you're not ever going to be there again. So she's going through so many things and all the emotions and all the troubles that comes along with losing someone. You know, there is mourning, and it's just hard. It's so hard to lose someone you love. So she's going through all that. Your children are going through all that. And now on top of that, there's no financial income security. They're in trouble because there's no life insurance to help them to get through these years. So what is your wife going to do? Is she going to sell everything she's got, move back home with her mom if she's lucky enough to have that to go to? What is she going to do? What is your plan? I'll tell you what, most of the time this happens. There are men out there who are seeking widows. They are looking through the newspaper to see who has passed away because they are easy targets. And they swoop in, and most of the time they're not really good men, but they seem like this saving grace that come to help them in their time of trouble. Well, if they had that financial income, if you would have left them some life insurance, that would be the last thing that they would even think of. So just take care of your wives. Take care of your children. If you don't, they are going to wake up one morning and they're going to be like, I have no money coming in this week. I can't pay the rent. I can't pay the electric bill. I cannot put food on the table. I can't do this. And they end up homeless. They end up living in cars. They end up marrying people that they do not love and that they are not compatible with because they are scared and they are desperate, and they will do what they got to do to take care of their children because that's what moms do. They survive. And, you know, I'm telling you that it happens all the time. I know too many stories. And so take care of that. Don't put your wife and your children in a position that makes them vulnerable. They're already vulnerable because they are mourning over your death. But now they have no financial security. All right, so if it takes both of your income to survive and your wife passes away and now it's just your income, what are you going to do? Can you survive? Have life insurance on your wife. You know, how are you going to pay the child care? How are you going to pay someone to get their children taken care of during the summer when school's in? There's going to be expenses that you are going to need to help with. So if you depend on your wife, do that. Do what you got to do. And if your babies are little, I mean, even if you get a stay-at-home wife, if your wife stays at home and your children are little and you have to work, who's going to take care of those children? So have life insurance. And what I suggest is at least 10%, I'm sorry, not 10%. So 10 times your income, what you bring home. So if you bring home $50,000 a year and you're the main breadwinner and your wife can survive off of that, then do that times 10. So whatever your need is, every family is going to be different. So take care of all those things. sit down together and look at it and say, what would happen to us? How much do we need? And figure that out and get it. Now, before you say, I cannot afford life insurance, I'm telling you that you cannot afford to not have it, because you're hurting your family. And if you have the life insurance, it's going to cost you between like $20 to $100 a month. Now, ladies, if you can go get your nails done, you can have life insurance. If you can get your hair done, you can get life insurance. If you can go shopping, you can get life insurance. If you eat out, you can get life insurance. And to me, I think that I would rather have that security than to have pretty fingernails. Some might not, but you know, we are all going to die. I just want you all to remember that. And if you have family members who don't have life insurance, at least burial, you need to really talk to them and say, hey, you know, you might not have anybody to depend on you for your income, but what's going to happen when you pass away? Who's going to take care of your expenses, your burial expenses? It's at least $10,000, more than $10,000. So check into that. You know, if you have someone who's just not responsible, do it for them. Say, hey, let me do it for you. You don't want to pay it. You don't want to do the paperwork, whatever. Let me help you. Because in the long run, you know, if it's someone that you're taking care of anyways, you're going to have to do it. So help them get it started. And if it's a hard conversation for you to have with your family members because you feel like it's not appropriate for you to talk about, send them this video. Send them some kind of video. Do something to help them understand that it's not just about them. It is about who they leave behind and the messes that they leave behind. You know, my dad passed away, and we were very blessed. Not only did he have his burial taken care of as far as the expense part, but he had everything picked out. He had his casket picked out, the colors, everything. It was all taken care of. And that was really a blessing for me and my siblings, because we were already upset and mourning and going through a hard time. And that was something we didn't have to make decisions in a hard time of our lives. We didn't have to make those decisions. So do those things for your children. Have things set up to where your children are not burdened on top of their already lost someone. So think about it. Do what you got to do. I encourage you to call today and get you some life insurance, and at least burial. But one other thing. So often people say, well, I'm not going to leave my wife any money for her to take care of another man, and I'm not getting life insurance. That is crazy. She's not going to take care of another man. She is going to survive. She's going to figure out how to make it with this new life without you. And another tip, if you are married to someone and you were previously married and have children with someone else, and now you're married to someone else, and you're going to leave everything to your children, that is crazy. That is wrong. If you marry someone and you love them enough to marry them, take care of them, because it makes me sick. It makes me so sick to hear of someone passing away in their 60s and their 70s, and their spouse has nowhere to go because they left everything to the children, and they're out on the streets. That is so wrong. So if you love someone enough to take or live with them and be married to them, leave them something. Take care of them. I understand we want to take care of our children. We want to leave our children things. But oh my goodness, I don't care how good of a person you are. If you have someone end up being put on the street because you died and you didn't help them, take care of them, that makes me look at people different. I'm thinking, what was they thinking? What was they thinking? They loved them. It was obvious that they loved them, but they were just thinking about taking care of their children and not the person that they were married to. And now they're homeless at 70. That's messed up. So you might want to think about that and consider your spouse. So if you have children from another marriage, consider your spouse and your children. So anyways, I hope you liked the video. I hope it Was the eye opener for you? And if you did, click the like button and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time on What's It Costin' with Heather Austin.